Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Check 1 2 3 4. All right. There we go. All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is June 28th. It is 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast. And it's Friday. Yeah, there we go. It's Friday. And it was payday, although I'm paid. I got to go pay the man. So I'm going to be PO. Can't afford the O and the R. What is happening? So shout out to everybody that's here in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's going to be joining later on. Go ahead and why not go ahead and hit that like button while you're here. Shout out to you. I'm also going to drop the link to the Black Avenger TV. I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the chat. Make sure you all go and join my channel over at Black Avenger TV. I'm gonna post this podcast over there afterwards after we're done. I'm gonna make an attempt to. Shout out to everybody that's here. Somebody said to hurry, we're gonna leave. I mean, it's 8:30 a.m. Don't be impatient. But shout out to everybody here. Again, if you like the podcast and you like what I'm trying to do here, you can support me on Cash App. That is a $ Craig Tech. Shout out to everybody that will do that. And you can also support via PayPal. Go ahead if you like it. Go ahead and support it. That's the way my dad always used to say. God rest his soul. So, but what is happening, everybody, from the East Coast to the West Coast of the U.S. and the North and South? Shout out to everybody there. Shout out to everybody overseas, Europe. I said Germany. Shout out to everybody there. Shout out to everybody in Scandinavia. You know, everybody. So, oh boy, yeah, New Guinea. New Zealand. Shout out to everybody in Australia. What's happening? Shout out to Mr. William Wildebeest off the island of Africa. Shout out to everybody in South Africa. Got picked up a couple subs there. And shout out to everybody who has shared the podcast. Please share this podcast with everybody you know. Invite your friends in, your friends and neighbors, and all that good groovy kind of stuff. Also, shout out to the folks on the Pacific Rim that have partake in this podcast. So, all right. So, welcome to the King of Xbox, episode 2. Appreciate you all being here. So, I got a couple topics here to talk about. I do want to talk about another topic. I've heard 2 podcasts because I've been listening to the Xbox podcast for everybody from to a Crap Gamer to to Matt's Gaming and things like that. And just basically what I'm seeing within the Xbox in the community is look, the new consoles. Let me just start right there. The new consoles are going to both do the exact same things. I've said this multiple times. Jim Ryan, who is the president or CEO of PlayStation, has said that the PlayStation 5 will support 8K and 120 FPS type of gaming, or not gaming, but it will just support 8K. So what I'm interpreting from that, from both PlayStation and Sony and Microsoft, is that Netflix, I believe, is going to have some 8K programming in the next couple of years. And I'm just letting you all know that 8K streaming will be available. Just like Netflix has 4K streaming right now, you pay extra. So they're going to have something similar to that in the next few years. Both, if you buy the box will support that. Okay, if you get Netflix through the box, whether it be PlayStation or Xbox, they're going to support that 8K. Whether it's checkerboard at 8K, it doesn't matter at this point. They're going to both support 4K. Now, Microsoft already with Xbox X supports 4K. Sony with PlayStation Pro has 4K games. They have 4K games right now. They have native 4K games. They both do. All right. Some of them are dynamic. Some of them are native. Some of them are checkerboard. Okay. They both support that right now. What will happen is the games that are dynamic 4K will be native 4K. So one of the games that I like playing was Assassin's Creed. Not Odyssey, but go back to Origins when it came out a few years ago. So Assassin's Creed Origins, excuse me, Assassin's Creed Origins being dynamic 4K on Xbox One X, it will now be 4K native because they're gonna have more memory, so they'll be able to get those games in there. The same with PlayStation. These games that, in theory, all this is based on theory. The PlayStation, in theory, if you put Assassin's Creed, I don't know, Origins into the PS5, it should do the exact same thing. Now, the Xbox has a smaller step, okay, because the Xbox is already dynamic 4K. And yes, like I've said before, if you climb to the top of the pyramid and you look up at the sky with the Xbox One X, it's a 4K native picture. But as soon as you come back down, you bring your character's sight line back around, and then you slide down the pyramid, you're at dynamic 4K. So I'm seeing this in the podcast. I'm also seeing the fact that I was listening to shout out to Crap Gamers video. I was listening to it, and even there's a segment of the Xbox community that understands that the Xbox hardcore gamer is no longer the priority. Microsoft with Xbox, has figured out a way to make profit, okay, good money without them. Now they're running around saying what they're saying is untrue, okay? Is that I'm talking about the guys that like Nethos and Moss and all of them. Okay, what they're saying is that Xbox left the hardcore gamer. Okay, that's not true. The fact of the matter is the hardcore gamer left Xbox. They didn't go buy the games. And so when Phil Spencer gets called into the office, so to speak, when this Satya Nadella gets named CEO, whatever, and he meets with all the people at different times, different department heads, and then all the departments are making money. All the departments are making money. That's what you have to understand, except Xbox. All right. Game over here, I'm listening to frauds. Well, I'm the king of Xbox, so I have to listen to my subjects. Okay. But my point here is that, first things first, they were all proven to be wrong, correct? I mean, can we all agree all these cats were proven to be wrong? So, and if they were proven to be wrong, it's just, you take your victory lap around them and then you move on. Yes, they were wrong. I'll hold off on calling them frauds and just say they were wrong. That's good enough for me. Okay, that is good enough for me that they were wrong. And like I said, Next Gen 720 got threatened to have his be rendered unconscious in front of his family. They threatened him with sexual assault because he didn't like what Xbox was doing. But let me get back to what I'm saying here. The hardcore gamer in the Xbox community, they left Xbox. Xbox didn't leave them. Xbox put games out. I mean, whether we like them or not, they put the games out. Okay, people didn't buy the game. They did podcasts saying how great the games were. What's up, J Love? They did podcasts saying how great these games were or are going to be. and they weren't buying the games. Okay, they weren't buying the games. And so when we start getting reports, accurate reports, that like button as you come in, folks, come on now. 28 of you here, hit that like button for me and share the video. Come on, do your jobs now. Easy stuff. If you want to donate, that's fine too, but a like is free and you just hit the button. You know, once these games came out on the Xbox and the Xbox COMMUNI-TAH did not go and buy the game. Okay. They put out Titanfall. I mean, it was on PC as well. So they put out Titanfall. Look, even Kojima, the genius Kojima, puts a Metal Gear game, a true Metal Gear game with the sneaking around and all that kind of stuff. Not that riding BS he put out on the 360 a few years ago. He puts out a true Metal Gear game on the Xbox, and they do not go buy it. They don't go buy it. All right, so Satya Nadella says, why are you losing money, Phil? Everybody else around you, all these department heads, what you want to call them, are making money. So instead of him selling the Xbox division, which a lot of people had heard, okay, which a lot of people have heard, Phil Spencer does the arduous task of trying to fix what's going on. And so he starts canceling projects. You know, so he canceled Scalebound. They canceled the Fable game that was allegedly in the pipeline. They get rid of, you know, they don't care for exclusive content because they don't want to spend money on the content when the base of people that you have don't buy the game. So why spend umpteen $1 million on Sledgehammer with Infinity Ward for Call of Duty content? You know, so and it's at this point the Call of Duty content exclusivity for PlayStation. It's only what, 7 days now. I think they get a 7-day map thing, and maybe the skins that you can get on your guns and on your player, maybe that is going to be different. So. Can I say the same thing about Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15? Well, I don't know about Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox, but Final Fantasy 13 was an utter disaster on the 360 as far as sales. Okay, and that's going on about it. Yeah, I mean, they've been lying for years. Yeah, they've been lying for years. I'm not here to say that they didn't lie. Okay, about certain things. And a lot of it, they just didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I mean, that's just keep it 100%. Okay, I don't know about Kingdom Hearts 3 sales. I always give that a year, you know, to see what the game sell. But I know Final Fantasy 13 on the Xbox 360 was a disaster in sales. That's all I can say. Now, here's the thing. At least they got the Final Fantasy franchise. So it's that is, and again, it's not Microsoft's fault that these people didn't go buy their games. They had Rise Son of Rome come out, people. They didn't go buy it. They had Titanfall. They didn't go buy it. Quantum Break came out. They didn't go buy it. So Phil Spencer looks at that and says, okay, guys, since you guys aren't supporting it, talking about the hardcore, aren't supporting it, we're going to put these games on PC. And in essence, take away exclusivity from Microsoft because we're going to put it on another platform, which PC is another platform. 901, how you doing? Again, anybody who wants to donate, please donate. Feel free. And so that starts driving people crazy. I mean, it drives them crazy. What's up, Lincoln Clay? How you feeling, brother? So, so they, all right, yeah. So, and that is the beginning of the end. So you're not. So he sets up a system. You know, he sets up a system that benefits the Xbox shareholders and not the Xbox COMMUNI-TAH. All right, and so That's what you've seen happen, the stripping of their identity of exclusivity, with Phil Spencer being the spearhead, saying he doesn't like exclusive games. He doesn't think that games like single player games are going to make it on the PlayStation, or from the single player games that are on PlayStation are not going to make it on the Xbox, so forth and so far. I mean, it was so much BS coming out of his mouth. And it's all designed for the shareholders, not for the gamer. Mm. What do you hear the Xbox COMMUNI-TAH complaining about? That we don't have single player games that we can grow with the character. Now they want these games. But the one game they had that had the single player, that had the world, and you can make the argument that the game was trash, or the game mechanics were trash, okay? It was Quantum Break. But the game, the world the game existed in was good. That was good. They had a good science fiction bend on that. Remedy made that game, and they didn't go support it. And so why would you be surprised that now Remedy is not only makes a spiritual sequel called Control that's going to be multi-plat, come out on all the platforms, but they have a deal with Sony with exclusive content, from skins of the character to friggin' missions. Like, it's a totally different type of game if what I've been hearing is true. So, and you had, when you had people saying, well, Microsoft putting games on Game Pass day and day is a good idea, and Sony's going to have to do the same thing eventually. And it's just like, based on what? This Jim Ryan and the CEO of Sony came out and said, while they do plan on spending more money on PlayStation now, because again, they got to make it more scalable, they don't say anything about putting games day and day. Okay. I mean, to me, in order to get PlayStation Now into people's homes, it's gonna have to be at least $7.99 a month. Now, that's just my opinion. 13.2 Lightning Return. Well, I mean, that I didn't play 13.2. So I mean, I wasn't gonna play no game called Lightning Returns. Yeah. Am I gonna get Control on the PC? I want to, but I'm gonna have to get a different card, because when I saw that game on with ray tracing on it, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. So I'm gonna have to get a different motherboard. I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe the motherboard I have supports the 2070 RTX. So, but yeah, that's gonna. I'm gonna upgrade the computer. Or maybe try to build a new one. I don't know what's, I mean, Hellfire, I can get parts cheaper. But so what you're having right now is the Xbox COMMUNI-TAH has turned on each other, and that's but the people that are saying that the Xbox has turned its back on the hardcore gamer, that's not true. I mean, the way I would look at it is the hardcore gamer did not buy these games, and they sat around and did podcasts and did, sat in on other podcasts, and they didn't play the games. They didn't buy them, and it's just, it is what it is. I mean, I can't, it's unfair. And so Phil Spencer, yeah, I mean, you have a product now that people don't want, and now they're running around saying Game Pass Ultimate, because I'm wanting to do that myself, because I think I like Game Pass. I want to get the Rise of the Tomb Raider is on Game Pass. I already beat that, so I wouldn't mind getting that Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Game Pass though, because I am enjoying Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But that's on Steam. So, but at this point, Microsoft, Xbox Gaming Studios, I mean, shout out to King Thrash. He was right. It's a third-party developer. Xbox Gaming Studios, you can go, if you had enough money, and pay them to develop a game for you. You know, to say, hey, look, can you develop a game for this? And they'll do it. You got to pay them for it, but they'll do it. So, yeah, the Xbox Civil War, Rudy Legends, is it's a group of people that are now upset. And again, let me make this clear. These guys talk cash shit. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. They talk cash shit on what was going on. And they turned out to be wrong. All right. They turned out to be wrong. So, let's just look at Post Up. Post Up's nickname for me is Crackhead Craig, but I turned out to be correct. Post Up changed his name on Twitter to Post L. Now, that's what he did. Okay, I didn't put that in there for him. He took an L. You know, he was wrong. You know, so we can go on and on and on about how stupid that they were. But now that I'm in charge of their kingdom, I mean, it's my kingdom now. Okay, I've annexed the Xbox COMMUNI-TAH. They are mine. Okay, so as their king and they are my subjects, they are going to be allowed to do what they're doing right now because they're being honest. But as soon as they start lying again, yeah, I'll have to do a podcast and beat them down and cuss them out. But at the end of the day, that Post Up put an L in his name, you know, on Twitter because he was wrong about everything. I saw that one about Control. Oh yeah, I want Control comes out in August. That's my birthday month, so I want that game badly. But it looking more and more like I may get that on console. I want it on PC though, but in order for when I saw that RTX card turned on with that on it, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. It was such a big difference. So, you know, no, they can't dethrone me. They got no teeth anymore. Okay, so they're done. They've been annexed, or annexed, as I should say. So I am the emperor. That's right. So so no, they can't dethrone me. So somebody JP Local said, kind of like how Xbox fanboys bigged up Red Dead Redemption 2, but once it lost Game of the Year to God of War, some Xbox fan came and admitted either they didn't play it or didn't like. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, JP Loco. There's a segment because there's no reason to have the Xbox. They needed a game that they said that this game is on the Xbox and you need to have an Xbox to play this game, and this is the best version. Yeah, when it lost, I agree. When it lost Game of the Year, they were more rooting against God of War than that. But God of War, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the best games I played this generation. Okay, it's one of the best games I've played. This all-around game, the mechanics and the story. I put it behind Horizon Zero Dawn, which is my favorite game this generation, period. Okay, brand new. I mean, and Kratos has been on the PlayStation for a while. Aloy is a brand new character. And Guerrilla Games took a huge risk. And shout out to Sony for letting them do it. I personally believe, and I've said this before, shout out to the people that are new to the podcast, my default position is that Horizon Zero Dawn was a back-breaking IP to the COMMUNI-TAH, and Spider-Man broke their hearts. Spider-Man was heartbreaking for them, and it is what it is. So, Spider-Man's good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And there's Sony going sharing that character with Marvel has paid off huge benefits. That's all I can say. It's paid off huge benefits because there's no way Sony can make that type of movie that I saw the other night. So, but yeah, go enjoy that. I'm not going to spoil it. It comes out next week. Go enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. So Tom Holland is it's almost as it's not as good as Tobey Maguire's second Spider-Man, the second one, but it's good. I mean, it's real good. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So we're getting back to these guys. So guys like I said, the Nethos and the M2, what is it, M2K Moss, whatever these guys are, they were wrong, and I was correct. Okay, I was correct. So I'm just, so I'm your king now, like Eric Killmonger said. I'm the king now. And yeah, they're done. I mean, they're not. They've lost. Okay, people can say that they've lost. People's integrity is always in question, and people joke about that. The difference between me and them is that they wanted to do podcasts and be entertaining, and then if you all got some education out of it, that was secondary. See, my podcasts are the opposite. I want my podcast to be educational first, and if it happens to entertain you, so be it. The entertainment part is serendipity. But at the end of the podcast, you should be able to go back and say, well, I learned something I didn't know, or something was confirmed that I had heard, something on that level. So I broke into your house and stole the cereal. Yeah. So I saw it early. Yeah. I see all movies. The only movies I have not gone to see early, like superhero movies, have been the DC trash movies that have been out, and Avengers Endgame and Black Panther. All the other ones I saw early. So Uncharted 4 was 17 million. Okay, well, again, that's my point. So we get into this whole notion of, well, Sony isn't selling a whole lot of games to its fan base because they've got 100 million consoles sold, and they only sold 10 million games. Therefore, they have a low attachment rate. Well, again, if that's true, all games have failed. Because the only game that's successful is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Because at one point, that was a 1-to-1 sale. At one point, everybody that had the Nintendo Switch also had Zelda at some point. Like the first month and a half, Zelda had sold the exact same amount, sold, not shipped, sold the exact same amount that Switch at the time Switches had been sold. So, well, Sony is just their model of success it's been the same since they came out with PS1. It's not that, and I agree with Crap Gamer when he said if all things are equal, people are going to buy a PlayStation. And people have not forgiven Microsoft for the whole DRM thing. And they're not going to do it, even though that's exactly what we got right now. You got a bunch of DRM out here now. So you have Netflix. Well, again, I see. I've got Hulu and Amazon. I don't have Netflix yet. So I do not have Netflix yet. So, but let me get back to something that allegedly was said online yesterday on the Twitter machine. And that is that the PlayStation COMMUNI-TAH should be mad at Gears 5 and The Last of Us Part 2 because of the women protagonists, which, again, I'm going to name 3 or 4 games here that have female protagonists that I've enjoyed. The Tomb Raider games, Uncharted Lost Legacy, which I thoroughly enjoy Lost Legacy, Horizon Zero Dawn, and countless others. Okay, I've played Mass Effect with a female protagonist, and again, there's a group of men online who are just uncomfortable with women. I don't know why. Maybe they don't like women, But to me, it's a video game character. Laura Croft's character has been around since I was in high school. I mean, I remember riding around on the bus and people were talking about Tomb Raider. You know, so if Call of Duty sells 15 million and there's 100 million PS4s, 40 million. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't. Yeah, but again, it's this something that they're using as a slam card. Yeah, Metroid. Good point. Is a slam card to try to say this is not that. That's not that big a deal with that install base. You know that Phil Spencer has actually came out, and what you got to understand about the Xbox community. I'm going back to that real fast. Is that Phil Spencer has come out and told people that the box isn't important. That he has told people that. All right, he has made public statements on we don't make any money off of the box, so the box isn't important to us. The software is. So if that's the truth, I mean, so he's telling people that you're not important. So to me, and as far and going back to the PS5 and the next Xbox, if PS5 comes out and it takes them 25, let's use electricity. It takes 25 ohms to produce 25,000 watts. Let's just say Sony says that. Their console does that. And then Microsoft comes in and says, well, we can produce the same amount of watts at 18 ohms. Then technically, even though the PlayStation has more raw power because of you using 25 ohms, the Xbox is getting better efficiency, and based on computer science, that's more powerful. Because if you could use less draw power to get the same result or close to the same results, you got more power. And that's why I keep telling people, whoever is the most powerful next generation, the other console is going to do the exact same thing with the less amount of power, and that less amount of power is going to be looked at as a win. So you don't want the next PlayStation to be more powerful because Microsoft's console is going to be do the exact same things and vice versa. But that's how stupid these guys are. So, but let me get back to what I'm talking about here. And that is that people just don't want to play with a female protagonist. Now, I like women. I like the fact that, my most anticipated Sony game coming up isn't The Last of Us Part 2, it's Death Stranding. Okay? So, and now don't get me wrong, I'm going to play The Last of Us Part 2, but I'm going to play Death Stranding first. So, I mean, if I walked in and somebody said, here's a gift card for $60, go buy either The Last of Us Part 2 or Death Stranding, they're both out, I'm buying Death Stranding. So that game is more interesting to me than The Last of Us Part 2, even though I can't wait to play The Last of Us Part 2 because you had two girls kissing each other. I mean, what's not to like about that? So it's let's see, somebody said they'll be busy. Game Over HD said busy on Twitter to see the stupidity. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of ignorance, man. I mean, and look, their ignorance does not offend me. I feel sorry for their kids because if your daddy's ignorant, he's going to raise an ignorant child, and then that ignorant child is going to get his ass whooped. So it is what it is, folks. So if you want to power, just get it on PC. Well, again, that's most of my games are going from, and I'm looking at that 2070 RTX card for the simple fact that, shout out to J-Dub City when he came on. He said the 2060 is for 1080p Ultra, 60 frames a second. He said the 2070 is for 1440p, 60 Ultra, and the 2080s for 4K. 2080 Ti, whatever it's called, it's for 4K Ultra. And again, I want to play at 1440p, but if I want to play 1440p Ultra, I got to get a new CPU and a new GPU. That's just with the new games coming out, because my setup is technically it's going when Navi comes out and then that new chipset, the CPU comes out, the 3000 line. I'm now 2 generations behind. So me trying to play on my PC with the newer games, let me make that clear, the newer games, then my PC, the PC is going to start struggling because I'm 2 generations behind. So if I were to play Control with the PC that I have, I may be down to like 1080p. Maybe I'll be able to get it at 60, but I may have to be at medium settings. So that is just reality. Now I may be able to drop it to 900p and get it to high settings, but that's just, it is what it is. PS5 and Scarlet going to be $599 US. Okay, well, again, if you trade in your PlayStation Pro, you can get probably what, $90 to $100. I always say if you're going to trade something in, just take off $100. So just, you know, and then with everything being saved to the cloud, you reactivate your unit and put in your email address, whatever you do, and then it's good. So, you know, but yeah, I did see that game and enter that person. Remember that great $599 US. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm fine. Well, take off 100 on a trade in, so you're looking at 500 out the door. All right, like I said, I mean, this is up to the individual if you're going to buy this day one. I've said before, if you start saving, I mean, you're 18 months out, and if you save, what is it? Say 20 times 18. Well, if you save $20 a month, you're at $360, and then you're trading and get your $460. So just make that $25 a month. 25 times 18. You're at $450 plus your trade in. Okay, so it looks like you're going to have to be at about $35 a month. So so just start an account and put $35 a month in there. Yeah, because that gets you $630 right there. So $27.50 a month looks like, well, $28 a month will get you that PS5 if you start today. So if you start today, who the hell shops at GameStop? Well, yeah, you can get a GameStop card and put $25 on it today, and then just keep doing that. So I think the PS4 sells 112 million at the end of life. That's 36 months from now, I think, is when they're going to stop selling it. If I say 112 million. So, which is very good. I mean, considering where they came from. But yeah, in order for me to get the PS5, I'll be trading. But at the end of the day, I gotta, you know, I'm gonna get that 2070, which people are gonna be like, well, I thought you hated what you call it. And I'm like, well, dude, when I saw Control with that RTX turned on, I gotta get it. You know, I gotta get that. It is what it is. It's gonna be $699. That should come down though when the new Navi GPU comes down. In theory, that NVIDIA card should come down. So just in theory, it should come down. So you find it on Amazon. If you have a Pro, you get the best trading value. Probably it's going on Fatal Charade. I'd say you're going to give you at least $100 for your Pro, at least towards the PS5, and it may be a little more. You know, they may give you, you know how GameStop and all them give you that extra 20% bump, but what the tough thing is going to be when it goes on sale. See, that's the thing. When it goes on sale, that's when you're going to have to buy it. So do you go to the store and put one, and they say, well, you got to put half down. That's what a lot of you need to look at. Just put half down to hold it, okay? And then say you're going to be trading in your Pro, then wait for that to come in. But at least you got the money down on it. That's what you got to do. Get half of it ready to go. So if you at 600, get ready with 300. You know, wherever you got to go. I mean, if they take reservations, they say you got to put 50% down. There you go. So just get ready. I mean, don't complain if you're anticipating $600. Get ready. You know, because saving $300, come on, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. So yeah, work extra. I mean, work OT. I mean, like I said, I'm going into work today. to do some education. That's going to take me a couple hours. So, oh, JP Local has spent 100,000. Well, JP Local, you the man. Like I said, your wallet is never happy. So, but yeah, but I just think there's a group of men who do not like playing as women. I mean, it's trash. You know, I mean, I think those dudes are trash. So it's not going to be 600. Well, both Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have come out and said that the consoles will be 20% more with the tariffs that Trump has. Now, maybe by the time it happens, there are no tariffs. Okay, so just you need to get ready to pay that extra $100. I'm just, you know, people got to get ready for it. So this it is what it is. Just don't make it hard on yourselves. So you know they be killing yourself. They take that. Well, I mean, again, we're a year and a half away. That's what I'm saying. I just don't. Okay, look. See something Crap Gamer said in his last video. He said if the Xbox loses the Power Crown or something like that, then it's over for them, because what else are they going to have to talk about? I'm thinking, well, what about the games? But he said the gaming studios that they just bought, they're 3 to 5 years down the road before they bear fruit, which is amazing. What's going on, Jemiah Dixon? Again, $ Craig Tech Cash App. Thank you up front. Thank you up front. I still have no idea how to activate Super Chat. So Microsoft opposed it, and they work with the government. You know, it's real. Well, yeah, it's that was a joint statement made by all three. So, you know, the Crap become a player. I can't say that he's an advocate. He just said he said in his latest video that he's done. He said there's plenty of podcasts out there that says everything is great and fine with the Xbox, and he did say he wants Xbox to do better, but he's got to see it to believe it. Now you have to wait and see. You know, I'm not tooting his horn. This is what he said in his podcast. You guys can go listen to it. It's like he did like a 2-hour podcast, like hangout, with 2 or 3 days ago. I mean, that's what I listened to last night. When I was what else was I doing? I think I had Next Gen 720's podcast on, and then after his podcast went off, I guess something's going on with Jabba Dahad, you know. So and there's some things going on with that. I don't know what's going on with that, but it ain't looking too good for the home team. Mr. 1080p 60 on Assassin's Creed, Mr. Ryzen CPU going to be in the Xbox One X. I mean, we can go on and on and on, but apparently there's some things not going too good over there. So, oh no, Game Over HD, I'm not going to bet. I'm just saying if it is going to be that much, people need to start saving. Okay, it's not a big deal. So, so. Now let's see here. So he's trying to place tariffs and import goods from China. Yeah, and again, if that's true, if the tariffs go into effect, then everything from China is going to cost more, even the PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. So again, and they put that out. I mean, this is not a big deal to me. You guys got to start saving. So yeah, so. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I was listening to MPP last night for a little bit, but then I had to go out and grab something to eat. I went to Jet's Pizza. I will never go back to Jet's Pizza again. I walked in and picked up a pizza and got a 2-liter. It cost me $18. That's one pizza, 1 2-liter. And I literally was like, I should have went to Cheddar's. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with them with that. So you know, but it's they having a little war of words right now. But again, a lot of people are upset with the direction Xbox is going. Myself, I'm not. Okay, I love the fact that I can get Game Pass Ultimate. I guess that's what it's called, for $1. They talk about you can get it for $1 for 3 years. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that today. You know, I'm going to work with OBS to see if I can get my OBS stream looking real nice and pristine. Get that going. I have. How in the world do you play video with your OBS streams while you're doing a podcast? It's kind of like how Sick Humor does. I like that style, the Sick Humor guy. So I need to reach out to Sick Humor. So, you know, because I can videotape, because I've got some gameplay uploaded, and I can go ahead and do that. So what else am I doing today? I may buy that Hitman game for $40 today. I may buy, there's another game that's at Redbox. It's $17. I may buy that today. You know, so it's not going to be 600. I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that if it is that much, get ready. You know, get ready to put at least 300 down, and if it's not, put 300 down anyway. $1 for Game Pass. Ever heard the expression, you get what you pay? Look, again, I'm not, look, I want, there are people who will never buy another physical game for Xbox because of Game Pass. Okay, but that's what Xbox wants. They want to get rid of physical data. They just want it to be digital because they get more money out of it. So Steam sale, yeah, there's a Steam sale today. There's a sale on Origins, X-Wing Alliance. I've got that disc here. I can't play the disc in my PC, but that's on sale for $3.99. I may buy that. So, so, but yeah. And if you didn't hear that, Jemiah Dixon, I have succumbed to NVIDIA. I want to try to get that 2070 because it's got ray tracing on it. So another thing you're hearing is that the new Xbox and PlayStation will do the exact same thing, but ray tracing will be better on the Xbox. Again, that's not true. I mean, ray tracing gonna be the same. So, so ray tracing will be the same. So you know, but if the Navi GPU comes out and it's the price it is and it has ray tracing on it, so you do know ray tracing gonna take your FPS, right? Well, I have to wait and see. I mean, again, on the RTX 2070, apparently it doesn't do that. So I have to wait and see. I mean, and I'll play a game. Look, if I'll take if I could play Control at high settings instead of ultra settings and still have a good frame rate, like in between 45 and 60 FPS, I'll take that. You know, I'll take that, especially for that type of game. So, oh, thank you, Gaming 8, appreciate it. I do not have something called a cat. They call something, because everybody's got something called a Delgado or something like that. I don't have that. So, and so I cannot record video except from when I'm streaming. I can record it to OBS and then I can upload it later. So I need to learn how to do that. What's this rumor? It's a rumor. They're not using this. I don't think they're using sale, but they could. I think it's a rumor. I thought Lisa Sue, who I want to marry, is going to be the Zen 2 processor based on 8 cores. And I don't know what the difference in the 2700X is because it has 8 cores as well. So again, I'm looking at that 2700X now. So. So I have not beaten Days Gone yet. I haven't beaten it yet. It's a fun game, and I do believe I want to say that there's a sequel coming. I do believe I have heard. I haven't seen it, but I do believe there's a sequel coming. So, Navi 10 does not have ray tracing. All right, well. That's disappointing. That's all I can say. I don't know what else to say. We're also a rumor that the PS5 is going to be using Gonzalo APU. Yeah, and apparently the Gonzalo it's going to be about 9.6 T flops, but it's going to give you the impact of 11.5. Allegedly, we'll have to wait and see. So you'll work with me, PN that 2070. What's PN mean? So Navi 20 has ray tracing. All right, well, how much is Navi 20? Because I know that the 2070 is $700, and I got to get a different motherboard than that 350 Prime. So the performance is on a and now I'm trying to understand that myself. I've heard people say that the PlayStation and Max Gamey. Shout out to Max Gamey. He was humble as hell. Did you all see that last podcast he did when he said that the PlayStation 5 is going to be more powerful than even he anticipated? And to me, it's just kind of like, yeah. So why don't we? Because people are saying it's going to be the same as the 2070. Okay, if it is, and I'm not saying it is, let's just say that it is. Doesn't the 2070 have hardware-based ray tracing on it? I mean, am I wrong about that, Jemiah? So, I mean, am I wrong about that? Does the 2070 RTX card have ray tracing that's hardware reliant? So judgment is good. Okay, I've heard it's good. I was going to ask people about that. Yeah, PlayStation exclusives. Yeah, I mean, come on, Death Stranding coming out, Last of Us, all that's coming. So yeah, I don't disagree with that. So, but not feuding. I'm saying he did a video. He was talking about how powerful it is going to be. So, and he said it's more powerful than it's even more powerful than he thought it was going to be. Judgment frame rate sucks. Okay, well maybe they'll patch it. I don't know. Well, I didn't think the 2060 had ray tracing, Jemiah Dixon. I didn't think the 2060 had that at all. So why do people keep repeating what's inside the boxes? Well, again, all right. As far as the car's performance, that allegedly leaked out, and they put a point score on it. And apparently, the GPU that the PlayStation is going to use was over 20,000, which scored close to a 2070 or right at or higher than a Vega 64. Which again, shout out to my source, Lou Wafa. I told you guys months ago that what he saw was what? 2 games running on the PlayStation Dev Kit, okay? Two PlayStation first-party games and 1 third-party game running at the level of what? A Vega 64. So exactly what I told you guys. And that was months ago. Now it's being confirmed, but we'll have to wait and see for the final product. So, but I'm confident that it's running close to a Vega 64, which means that you guys should. But it's going to have less compute units. This is going back to what I said about the light bulb than the Vega 64, which has 64 compute units. Okay, this is me getting my tech degree on from fuck nigga university. Okay, graduated number 22 out of 20 in my class. So if you're going to have if the new chip is going to have less, it's going to have less power draw than the Vega 64, it technically is more powerful. It doesn't feel like it because the raw power of the Vega 64 is 12.6 T flops. And the new Navi chip that allegedly PlayStation's got in their, and I said allegedly, in their console is going to give you the performance of that. So you're going to get the performance of 12. So we'll have to of that, or right around that, or maybe some may be a little bit more, some may be a little bit better. So I'm like, well, you're probably going to get the performance of 11 T flops. So, and so that's what I would base it on raw power. So Now they're saying the Gonzalo APU beats the 2070. It's just under the 2080. Okay. Well, again, if that's true, fine. But my question is that doesn't the 2070 have hardware-based ray tracing? Isn't that true? That's why I asked Jemiah Dixon. 2060. Yeah. So, yeah, something else I can't afford. So they call it 2060. So, but hey, look, I do want the 2070 because it's got ray tracing and I want to play Control. So, you know. And just remember, anytime you hear a podcast and they're judging things based on T-flops, just turn it off. Turn it off. Okay, just turn it off. Walk away. Okay, it's kind of like a girl that tells you before she kisses you she got the herpes. You're not going to kiss her. Well, Halo Storm probably would, but most men will not kiss a girl who's got the herpes. And as soon as these guys are talking about T-flops, just walk away from them because it's not based on the T-flops. It's going to be based on the performance that you get. And if you can have less, if you have 9.6 to whatever 10 T-flops, and it's giving you the raw performance of it's giving you the raw performance of a 12.6 to 14, whatever you want to call it, then they're in the wrong thing. So you're only going to be playing about 30 frames at 1080. Also, well, that's fine, Fatal Sherrod. I mean, I don't. I just want to play Control with RTX on. I'll take 30 FPS because she's just walking around, manipulating her environment. So it doesn't matter if what's up, Michael? It doesn't matter that she's manipulating the environment at 30 frames a second. So you don't think the 2060 has hardware? Yeah, I didn't think it did either, but I wasn't for sure. NVIDIA released a software patch for ray tracing. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out here, does the 2070 RTX have hardware-based ray tracing, or is that just the 2080? So is that just the 2080? So, so the Texas Lean says the 2060 has cores, just less of them. Okay, that's fine. Robert McLeod, Forza Horizon 3, 4, and Gears 4. Yeah, I mean, I may stream Gears 4 today. I'm in a Gears mood. So AMD's texture shader ray tracing. So, well, again, we'll have to wait and see how they improve their technology. I don't think AMD's ray tracing technology is going to be as good as NVIDIA's. I just don't. But what cracks me up is people are like, well, Microsoft helped NVIDIA with ray tracing, fine. But Microsoft and NVIDIA's not building these consoles. The AMD is. So they got to use AMD's technology. They can't use proprietary tech out of NVIDIA to put into AMD's thing. But that's what it sounds like these cats are saying. Well, Microsoft is going to be better because they help NVIDIA. That, again, people like that you walk away from. And let them sing that song by Jay to the max. Don't walk away, boy. Everybody, old school cats know what I'm talking about right there. Let's see how many of you all get down with that. What's up, Bismarck Ghoul? Any new? It won't be any good. It won't be as good. It won't be. I agree with that. Oh, like I said, I saw that ray tracing thing on Control, and my jaw dropped. I mean, my jaw dropped. I got a chub. I'm like, my God, I got to get that. So that's my goal at this point, but I ain't gonna be able to do it by August. This is impossible. It ain't happening. Not gonna be able to do unless the COMMUNI-TAH helps out. Now remember, the 2070 is a $600 card, and I think I got to get another motherboard, and I got to get a different CPU. So I'm going to get the CPU. Don't worry about the CPU. But if anybody wants to donate so that I can get the 2070, I will accept donations on the 2070, which sucks because I don't want to buy an NVIDIA card, but I am bending the knee to get this ray tracing. So, so I am bending the knee. Ray tracing makes games look, yeah, I agree. And I got to get that card at this point. I'm mad And I gotta go. I may get over it. I might get over it. Okay, let me make that clear. So since Sunset overflop every Xbox game, all right, I don't disagree. No, well, look, the Forza games have sold well. The Gears games have sold well, but they're underperforming. So they're not giving. Basically, they're underperforming. They're not flopping, but you know, they're not selling what the projection was. So, but again, the games are on PC now, so they you know, once they put them on sale or once it goes to Game Pass, they count the user engagement. It's kind of like, okay, Avengers Infinity War that's on Netflix, they're counting that. If you download and you watch it, they count that as a user engagement, and they base their advertisement on that. It's crazy. So Cuphead is a Steam Day One multiplayer. Oh, okay, well, cool. What chipsets have to do with compute units and core counts? They don't. Is there an Xbox game not on PC? I thought there was. I thought there was a few. I thought they had a few. Well, is Halo? Well, Halo Reach is in beta. And what about the fact that that Phil Spencer said that? Let me see if I can find that article. I think Phil Spencer said something to. Let me see. Halo Infinite beta PC. Let's see here. Yeah, Infinite is coming. That's June 12. Blah, blah, blah. Let me go to Mr. Share My Screen. Let me see here. I wait for this screen to load up. Even my world's most powerful computer can get stronger. Hit that RTX. Hit that Cash App, people. Get it. Okay. So as you can see here, Halo Infinite Beta coming to Xbox. Now look, I like Halo and I like Gears. So, and I like Forza. Forza to me is Horizon is the best arcade driving game since Ridge Racer. I'm on record saying that. I like Halo's world, but I like the Gears game. The Gears of War is my second favorite Xbox game. Mass Effect was #1. And of course, Mass Effect's multi-plat now. So since the next generation, I'm trying to see when it's coming out. All right, the beta. Okay. According to this Halo Waypoint post, 343 Studios will be hosting a pre-launch flighting program for Halo Infinite. This flighting program will essentially be a prolonged beta made up of numerous opt-in flights. Doesn't say when it's starting though. Halo Infinite fans should expect the beta till 2020. Okay, the beta will come to Xbox One first and then PC at a later time. So, so they're putting the console first here, according to this article. Oh, hey, Lowe's has a nice sale going on. According to this article, the Xbox One will get the beta first, according to this. So I'll have to wait and see, though. Says it will be given equal attention to Halo Infinite's console and PC versions, and that includes the beta. So again, this is good news. If you got the Xbox One X, you will be getting that beta first. It looks like, and that's good news. You're getting put first. You're getting put first. Hit that like button, people. The Forza 5 isn't on PC. That's right. Yeah, Apex is. I think Forza Apex is, but I don't think 5 is. But yeah, 5 is wasn't that the launch game for the Xbox One X? Wasn't Forza 5 a launch game? Cyberpunk is using ray tracing too. Well, like I said, it's well, and Cyberpunk is going to run better on NVIDIA stuff. So what's up, uncompetitive? Cyberpunk is going to run better on NVIDIA stuff. So, and I think the person I share PC games with has already bought Cyberpunk. So And so I may be checking that out. So I may not. I don't know. It's called Cyberpunk. So, but yeah, that is the plan. So let me check my Twitter. What the hell's going on Twitter? Oh, okay. I got that. Yeah, I did get that, Gaminator. Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. So then, but guys, I have been here over an hour. Forza 7 launch for X. Well, but didn't, I'm talking about the original Xbox 2013. Wasn't Forza 5 a launch game? So I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see here. All the way around, there are more CUs under GCN, will be less under RDNA because of the speed per clock. Yeah, that is true. You want to buy a gaming PC to replace your Xbox? Well, well, I mean, it's cheaper to put one together than it is to buy a gaming PC. Because I don't know. I mean, it's about because you got to get rid of your console. But I don't blame you for getting rid of your Xbox X. So, I don't blame you. Oh, I said X, that one. My bad. All right. I meant the Xbox One. So I meant the Xbox One. So, but yeah, Forza 7 was a launch game on the X. Yeah, very impressive looking game. But the driving mechanics are trash. So, I mean, on that game, it's hard. So they're not as good as Gran Turismo's physics. So, but it's not like it's a bad game. I mean, I enjoy Forza. Motorsports. I did like 7. They had that weekend, free weekend at one time, and I played it. It was fun. Had a good time on it. But guys, it is 9:40. I am about to get off and run to the bank and be poor. So, got to get all my money out, go pay the man, and I'll come back home and stream some games for you. So, but I will talk to you guys. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Anybody have any questions or anything? Forza's graphics have got worse. Okay, fair enough. Well, I think the detail inside the car has gotten better. So, but again, like I said, I will try to enable something called Super Chat today. I don't know how that works. I'm going to have to. How do I enable? There we go. So I will go ahead and try to do this and go. And so my next live stream, that may be activated. So everybody can hit up that Super Chat and get that going. But all right, guys, I will talk to you later. I appreciate you joining me this morning. Everybody have a good, blessed Friday, and I will talk to you later. Peace.